Welcome to KQEG and Seven River Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson. Each week, an inside look into sports, into wellness, into fitness. Today, we're going to take a break from what we've been talking about with area coaches and players, high school and college football. We're going to talk about something that is of great interest to all of you. The entire wellness package, nutrition, emotional, spiritual, physical, the entire wellness package. And with us today, a guest from the Crosse Wellness Center, Jillian Schueler Olson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Call you a wellness warrior because your job is to spread the wellness throughout the greater La Crosse area. And we're going to talk about what's special about the La Crosse Wellness Center. But before we do that, let's take a up-close and personal look at who the heck is Jillian Schueler Olson?
Well, I am the fieldhouse director at the Wellness Center. I've been there for a year, but newly into this position, and just trying to get as many bodies using the facility as we can because it's got a lot of things to offer.
Well, I know it does. We're going to talk about that because I'm a member. I've been in for day one. My wife's a member, and we're there all the time. But before we talk about that, let's just go back down memory lane, though, and get to know Jillian when she was younger. You grew up as an athlete.
I did, yeah. It was just something that I didn't have to think about too much. It was just kind of what I gravitated towards was sports and running around outside, and that's kind of how we did it where I was from. So softball and volleyball were kind of my main focuses, and a little town of Waupun doesn't have a whole lot of people to choose from, so it was really nice to be able to play in the community that I grew up in.
But don't be so humble and shy because you were an accomplished high school athlete.
Years and years ago, yeah, that feels like forever ago. But yeah, we had a really good volleyball program. So I was part of a team who actually won state 5 years in a row, and I played on 2 of those teams for volleyball.
I know you did. And then you came to La Crosse to UWL.
I did. Mm-hmm. I did a recreation management program there. I loved it. It was the best campus in the state, if you ask me. And I really enjoyed it. I was really involved with intramurals, and the rec program in general just kind of leads people into this active lifestyle naturally. So it's really easy being active. In a community like La Crosse, people are always active, so jump right in.
So you were always involved in athletics, and you've always been a role model for nutrition and for lifestyle choices, good lifestyle choices. But let's go back. Who inspired you to sort of take that road?
I would say there's a lot of contributing factors. So I think just the nature of how I grew up running around outside barefoot set a really solid tone. My volleyball coach in high school always incorporated more than just the fitness aspect. There was always, like the rehab side of things. We would do stretching way past our workouts were done. He really enforced how to eat during our seasons and off seasons, and how to be active during seasons and off seasons. So yeah, for sure, the coach that I had growing up, he was great. Keith Milkowski is his name. And yeah, from there, I think probably just being at UWL and its nature of just everybody's active, and there's a lot of demand on students from UWL, and I think it just resonates.
Yeah, a lot of authors talk about the lifestyle that young people choose, which is not conducive to overall health, with their eating habits, spending a lot of time on the computer, and not getting involved in activities. That wasn't you, though, was it?
It was not. No, it was always easy for me, I guess, to be active, but it's certainly not for everybody easy to be active. But I guess that was one of the big things that really drew me towards the Wellness Center, is there are a lot of different facets to being well, if you will, and we really try to offer a little bit of everything.
I know you do. Before we kind of get into in-depth talk, kind of investigate what's going on at the La Crosse Wellness Center. Again, our guest today, Jillian Schueler Olson. Let's talk a little bit about creating a blueprint for a balance in a optimum lifestyle. We know that a lot of us are in the NASCAR mode of life. We're in a hurry all the time. Mm-hmm. Europeans seem to have an advantage there because the times we've traveled to Europe, they don't really subscribe to a NASCAR mode of life. and something we can learn. We don't seem to slow down with self-reflection or any of those kinds of things. We're all over-scheduled, and we all have an issue with that. A blueprint for creating balance. Let's talk about that first. What's working currently throughout the wellness world on creating balance?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of parts of wellness that are not always recognized as wellness, you know, and that can come down to even just the choices that you make for food. Totally lead into your overall wellness. So if you're looking to set out, you know, like you said, a blueprint for that, it's gonna pull in different parts. So physical activity, of course, is something always considered for wellness. And then overall happiness, so how you spend your time, how you spend your free time, what sort of people are you surrounding yourself with, what are you doing socially, is it leading you down a healthy path or down a path that's maybe putting your mind in not a good place, you know?
Let's go back and start with a little bit of nutrition, because that's something that's part of the Crosse Wellness Center and part of the package. Yeah. A lot of people think that many Americans are in the garbage dump syndrome. In other words, eating the wrong kinds of foods, and simple dietary changes will add a great deal to a quality life. Let's look at that real quickly. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, our society in general is, like you said, quick. So a lot of times we're moving, which means it's easy to grab quick food, which is usually not the best choice. So slowing down in general and spending time to cook your meals not only is good for what you're putting into your body, but it also kind of slows your mind down and slows your body down enough to focus on what you're doing. So a lot of things that we try to incorporate at the Wellness Center are things like wellness workshops or different like cooking classes, if you will. So meal prep Mondays, we call them. It's basically our wellness coach leading a cooking demonstration, allowing you to take that, take the meal home with you that she just prepared, but then now you know how easy it actually can be to cook at home, and probably going to taste a lot better than what you grab quickly anyhow.
You talked about spiritual wellness, seeking meaning in one's life, which is missing from so many people, and it doesn't necessarily mean religion. It just means slowing down and appreciate the moment. Is our society, is that a missing part, the spiritual wellness?
It certainly can be. And spirituality doesn't necessarily need to look one way or another. It can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So finding things that bring value to your life can be very spiritual. Some of those things can be as simple as, you know, having a glass of wine or going for a walk with your spouse, or, you know, finding something that truly makes your mind calm, I think is just as spiritual as any other outlet such as religion.
A lot of experts talk about social wellness, meaning a couple things. One, surrounding yourself with people that appreciate your lifestyle, that follow your lifestyle, and that stimulate you. Mm-hmm. That's social wellness. Being around people that are fulfilled, that are connected, that enhance your personal growth in your journey to overall wellness. Social wellness, a big part of the La Crosse Wellness Center also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we put a large focus on group well-minded mindsets, if that makes sense. So a group fitness class could be all the social interaction that you might need in a day, or it could be something more so that is just in addition to. So we do a lot of things that involve group options, such as fitness classes, workshops, just a group of people who are kind of all focused towards the same positive direction. But we also know that part of spirituality can also mean like some inward reflection and just spending time on your own. So
yeah.
So social is great, and we try to provide opportunities for both.
Yeah, and the great thing about what you're talking about is the staff really model that, and your staff, your coworkers, encourage people in that direction, and that's one of the key strengths of the La Crosse Wellness Center. Well, are you as the field director and your coworkers?
Mm-hmm. We all kind of have the same mission, the same mindset, and it's really just providing a group of people, my coworkers, who can provide a experience for everyone who uses our facility.
Yeah, and they do, including me and including our family. But when we come back, we're going to talk more and kind of delve in deeply in what's going on at the La Crosse Wellness Center, what makes them special, with Jillian Schueler Olson, after these messages.
With our busy lives, it's a comfort to know that we can still remember loved ones in a traditional way with a monument. Lewiston Monuments in Lewiston, Minnesota has been helping families purchase a monument for over 4 generations. You'll find a large selection of beautiful granite, marble, and bronze monuments, all at competitive prices. And they're a full-service company, so they also do straightening, cleaning, and repair of monuments. Stop in or call for a no-obligation consultation, or visit lewistonmonument.com for more information.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to Seven River Sports. Again, today we're talking about the entire wellness package with the fieldhouse director of the Crosse Wellness Center, Jillian Schueler Olson. Before we went to break, we talked about many of the components to overall wellness package, but we didn't talk too much about the physical wellness, which again is a big part of what Wellness Center is all about. Never too late. You link overall protective effects from cancer and other diseases. We know that diabetes is on the rise, cardiovascular on the rise, and physicality and getting physically fit does not necessarily mean you have to run marathons. It's just a component. It's just a component of the entire wellness package, but it's important for aerobic strength and so on. Talk about your thoughts and what the Wellness Center provides in that area.
Yeah. So just movement daily is so important. And like you said, it doesn't have to be that you're running marathons or doing heavy weightlifting. It's really just keeping your body moving, right? And anytime that you stop moving, that's when some of those bad things start to creep in. So we try and offer a whole variety of things for people from beginners or someone who's in like a rehab state with their body. We also have things for people who have been doing this forever and know exactly what they need and want to do when they enter our building.
I come to you off the street and it's like, I'm watching this show and getting stimulated, excited about fitness, and I may be completely a sedentary lifestyle and haven't eaten right and haven't exercised and maybe have some weight issues. I come to you and say, I need to change my lifestyle. I'm going to join the La Crosse Wellness Center. What are you going to say to me? Yeah,
I say, well, great, good for you for making that decision and that choice. That's the hardest step of the whole process, is just choosing to make that difference. So I would say for sure, come on in. We have anything from someone who can walk you through what the right way to start eating for your body type is. They can get you moving on a daily routine, whether it's something you want to do by yourself, whether you feel comfortable working one-on-one with a personal trainer, or if like the group social setting is more along your lines of interest, we offer a whole variety of beginner all the way up to really hardcore classes. So.
What may, there are so many fitness centers, and it seems like there's one opening up every month. I mean, they're all over the place, and as we travel, they're not as many as Quick Trip stores are in every corner, but they're all over the place. And so the question is, what makes the La Crosse Wellness the center special and unique from the others?
Mm-hmm. So not only are we a place for you to be active, we have a Snap Fitness, which is a 24-hour workout facility with all the equipment you could ever want. But we also have different things like dynamic physiotherapy is there, and they're going to do things along the line of rehabilitation, injury prevention. They really can focus on any of those aspects you need. We have a CrossFit gym. CrossFit UDX is there. So that's for the folks who know what they're doing. They kind of know exactly what they want out of a workout. It's a little more intense style of working out. We have heart rate zone classes, which basically will give you a range to work out in based on if you're trying to lose weight or gain muscle. We have our fieldhouse, which is kind of my area of specialty, which is a huge 12,000 square foot turf. So if you're into soccer, football, taking swings at a golf ball or baseball, that can all happen right in our fieldhouse. So
that's, I think, one of the key things to the success of the Crosse Wellness Center, and besides the staff and so on. But again, it opened in 2015. You, as the director of the fieldhouse, take us a little bit more into detail on the turf, the sports, the batting cages, the leagues. I looked at the schedule for the upcoming few months in the fall, and you have lots of things for every age group set up for the next few months.
We really do. We really do. We have something from 0 to 5-year-olds where they can be social with other kids their age. That's called our Tot Time on the Turf. We have day camps and summer camps for school-age kids. We're just wrapping up our last week of summer camp this week. And then we have adult leagues, so flag football and co-ed soccer is starting up here quickly in the fall. We have flag football and soccer for school-age kids. Those are all co-ed. And we also have then just our batting cages, like you mentioned. That can be reserved by anyone. You don't even need to be a member. You come in, you use the batting cage for an hour or two, you take grounders on the field, or if you're a golfer, you can take golf swings as well, which is a really unique. I don't know that too many other fitness studios in the area have something like that.
And I know you have school out day camp.
Yeah.
You have throughout the winter months, I see teams from the greater La Crosse area, high school teams working out there. As I'm upstairs in the cardio, I look downstairs and see teams practicing baseball, softball,
lacrosse.
I see all kinds of things, and so it just is an entire package. Is there, what's ahead in the next few months? Are there any programmatic changes or any building changes coming up?
Nothing as far as the building. So programming, we have fall ball, we're calling that, open gym. So that's for school-age kids 13 to 17 to take swings, grounders. It's basically a baseball, softball open gym. We also are going to have a dodgeball tournament this next month for adults, which we're really excited about. That's our first time trying that, and we've already got a lot of attention on it.
Yeah, and so you're doing a great deal. You know, when you look at the overall wellness package of and the wellness of the problems in the society, everyone's looking for that proverbial fountain of youth, like Ponce de Leon, and I think around the early 1500s came to this country. We're searching for it, but it's proverbial and it doesn't exist, but it exists at the La Crosse Wellness Center, because one thing I've noticed is that you're never too old to start an activity, and the demographic changes, the groups that use it, it's no matter you come in any shape, whatever age, you make them feel welcome.
That's right, yeah. I really think we do a great job of giving an opportunity for anybody, any body type, any ability level, any knowledge base level. If you know what you're doing, great. We have the gear, the equipment for you. If you need someone to hold your hand, we have those people that are knowledgeable and can hold your hand and want to hold your hand and walk you through everything that you might need.
So living longer is not necessarily a mystery. It's subscribing to all of those components.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. So again, as a wellness warrior, somebody that was watching the show that is kind of reluctant, in your own way, give them some advice as to why they should come and see you.
Yeah, I mean, it's never too late. Like you said, it's never too late in the journey of life to start working on wellness. And we slip up, you know, we're humans and we slip up, and the best thing you can do is just get at it the next day and pick up where you left off. So there's really no bad time to start moving. And say you're recovering from an injury or a health problem, we have those like baby step processes for you to get back into it slowly, because one thing that can happen is you jump into it too quickly and then an injury arises. So.
A couple of quotes I really like, and I'll get your reaction. Here's one. If I'd have known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself.
That's a good one. I mean, you see all different body types living to different expectancies. But as far as overall health goes, I mean, at some point it has to be taken sort of seriously.
The best doctors in the world are Dr. Sunshine, Dr. Water, Dr. Air, Dr. Rest, Dr. Nutrition, and all those doctors at the Crosse Wellness Center.
Mm-hmm. That's a recipe for success, I would say.
I think so.
All the big ones there.
And finally, this really applies to the Crosse Wellness Center. When it comes to exercising and changing your lifestyle and optimum choices, there is no I'll start tomorrow, because tomorrow is a disease, and the disease is called procrastination.
Oh, interesting.
So those people watching today's interview, don't procrastinate. Don't fall into that proverbial disease. Get off the couch and join the La Crosse Wellness Center. How do they do that?
Stop down. That's it. Ask questions. Give us a call if you have questions about it, but just stop down. We'll give you the full tour, 5-cent or $5 tour, depending on how much time you want to spend with us, and we'll really just show you everything that we have to offer, and it's a very easy process.
And you have a website that identifies all that?
We do, yep. laxwc.com.
Yeah, and of course, I don't need to go take a tour, because I've been there ever since you opened.
That's right, yeah.
So I enjoy it, and part of the reason is you and your staff. So we want to thank you for updating us on what's going on at the Crosse Wellness Center. Appreciate you being on the show.
Yeah, thank you. It's been good.
We'll be back with some thoughts, some clips on some recent games right after this.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
Who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our business.
When you're faced with the decision of selecting a monument to honor someone dear to you, call Lewiston Monuments for a no-obligation consultation. Lewiston Monument is a full-service monument company, serving families in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin for over 4 generations. You'll find beautiful granite, marble, and bronze memorials, all at competitive prices. Their experts can help you design the perfect and unique memorial. Lewiston Monument. Call today or on the web at lewistonmonument.com.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports. Well, Rick and I were in Onalaska, a Luther game, a non-conference opponent, Cashton Eagles from the Scenic Bluff Conference on Thursday. The faithful Knight Nation fans came out in full force for their home opener. Cashton would score first on an Austin Shaldock 63-yard run. He would also tack on the PAT. An impressive Luther drive would result in a Connor Peterson 7-yard run and 7-6 Eagles after one. Defense took over in the second quarter as neither team found pay dirt, and the halftime ended with Cashton up by 1 point. Cashton's Michael Barnes picked off a Knight quarterback Christian Walm pass and went 54 yards to increase the Eagle lead. But 2 Luther TDs by junior Eric Rogers of 45 and 85 yards ignited the crowd. 19-13 Luther after 3. Teams traded TDs in the fourth. Trevin Freet for Cashton, Ben Riley for Luther. Final score, Onalaska Luther 26 and Cashton 19. Our other crew was at Empire Stadium to cover the Menomonie at Holmen game. Both teams very high ranked. And both teams exchanged scores in the first quarter. Holmen's Brett Holden, a 29-yard run, and a Jonah Johnson PAT. On the second possession, Menomonie's Sam Zabronic, a 55-yard pass from quarterback Jake Ebert, 7-7 after 1. Menomonie would score 2 times in the second quarter, the result of catches by Zabronic from Ebert, and Menomonie led 19-7 at intermission. Defense ruled the second half as neither team crossed the end zone. Jack Ebert torched the Viking defense for 232 yards. Seth Holden led Holmen with 35 carries for 174 yards. Holmen's quarterback Cameron Weber suffered a season-ending injury in the first quarter. We hope he recovers back, as he is an outstanding basketball player. Menomonie moves to 2-0 while our Vikings fall to 0-2. Big game on Thursday as Holmen travels to Central in the MVC opener. We will be at Roger Herring Field to cover that game. Final score from Empire Stadium, Menomonie 19 and Holmen 7. Finally, Rick and I were at Roger Herring Stadium on Saturday, a Chamber of Commerce day to watch this non-conference old CWCC rivalry, the Blue Goals versus Stevens Point Pacelli. Neither team was able to score and do anything offensively in the first quarter, as we were scoreless after 1. The second quarter belonged to the Blue Goals, as they scored 22 points courtesy of Gavin Wetzel's 4-yard run and 2 TDs of 4 yards and 37 yards by sophomore Aiden Lee. A PAT pass Wetzel to Max Gauger ended the Blue Goals scoring. 1 TD for Pacelli. Jacob Furcus to Zach Zimmerman, 22-8 after 2 quarters. All Blue Goals in the second half. Aiden Lee, 2 touchdowns, 60-yard pass from Wetzel and a 39-yard run. 1 score for Pacelli, a Brian Cashton 38-yard run. Momentum for Aquinas in an impressive 44-14 win. Aiden Lee and Gavin Wetzel shared player of the game honors with that win. The Blue Goals traveled to Onalaska on Friday night to open MVC conference play. Well, that's our show for this week. I'm your host, Terry Erickson, hoping you will have an active and a healthy week ahead.